Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Hello Girl at DIY. Today I'm going to be doing 3 Dollar Tree DIYs, which I hope you all love. I really enjoyed doing them, and don't forget, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe, and then let's go ahead and just jump into it. So to go ahead and get started with the first DIY, I'm going to be personalizing a water bottle I got. And I'm doing this using some of Dollar Tree's white permanent vinyl. I went ahead onto the Silhouette design space and designed this Drink Up Buttercup saying, or whatever you want to call it. And then I'm going to be using some of this transfer tape, also from Dollar Tree, to go ahead and transfer the vinyl from my mat onto my water bottle. And I did forget to weed out those couple of places in my design, and so I started to try to do it, but then I found out that it was actually easier to go ahead and transfer onto my water bottle and then just peel off those little pieces that I forgot to do in the beginning. And the water bottle I am using is from Walmart. I couldn't find any at my Dollar Tree that I liked that had a nice flat surface, but you could go ahead and get one from Dollar Tree. They have a bunch of nice ones. I just couldn't find any at my Dollar Tree at that time, but they have them in a bunch of different colors, and they were only $1, so the same price as at Walmart as it would be at Dollar Tree. And I feel like the metal pieces give it a little more of a high-end look. But all I'm going to do is go ahead and rub on or transfer my words onto my water bottle. The D and the R were curling. They weren't going on flat at the top. So I went ahead and cut them off, and then I'll put them on after I get this part done. And then once I was done with the drink up and the buttercup, I'll go ahead and put on my D and my R. And this is how it looks when it's all done. I've used it so much already and I just love it. And I feel like it's a great DIY that you can customize, make look really cute, and something that you will actually use again and again. So now we're on to the second DIY of this video. I was so excited to try this out, and it was so much fun to do. But I've been wanting to try out the hack, I guess you could call it, of mixing baking powder and paint. And so I decided to go ahead and do it. So I picked up this glass vase from Dollar Tree. You could do any piece of glassware though. And I'm just going to go ahead and dump out some of this Ballet Slipper Waverly chalk paint, which you can get from Walmart. And I just poured out some, and then we go ahead and mix in some baking powder. And you want it to be until it's about a thick paste. And it was a little too thick for my taste, so I went ahead and put in some Apple Barrel acrylic white paint just to thin it out a little bit. So now it's time to go ahead and start applying my paint baking powder mixture to my vase. I'm just doing this using a sponge brush from Dollar Tree, and this was so much fun. You could do like patterns or swirlies on this, but I was just focusing on getting some of that texture and just having fun with it. And you just want to make sure that you give an even coat all over the vase. And then once my face had dried, I noticed there were a couple of thin spots. So I just went ahead and used some more of that Valley Slipper chalk paint and a sponge brush. Just go ahead and touch up a couple of those spots just to make sure that there was even coverage. And this is how it looks when it's all done. I think it looks so cute sitting out on my dresser with my lamp. And the baking powder hack was so much fun to try out. Next up, I'll be using this 4x6 frame from Dollar Tree, and the first thing I did was to go ahead and remove that ribbon hanger from the back by just cutting it off, and then I removed the contents for my frame. And since the front of the frame had a little bit of a texture and I wanted to kind of smooth that or dull that down a little bit, I'm using a piece of sandpaper to just give it a light sanding, and then I will wipe off all of the dust. Next, it was time to give this frame a good couple of coats of white paint. I'm just using Waverly White Chalk Paint, which you can get from Walmart. And this to take a couple of coats because I wanted it to have a nice, good, thick coverage. So once this frame had 2 coats of paint, I wanted to add some details. So I'm taking one of Dollar Tree's gold metallic markers. I'm just doing stitching all around the edges, and this doesn't have to be perfect. I was okay if they were a little uneven, but I just wanted to add a little bit of that detail all the way around. Next, I wanted to add some words to the bottom of my frame, and I'm just using these stickers that I got from Walmart, and you get 3 different colors. I think they were around like $3.98 or something. And first I decided to go ahead and do stitching all the way around the inside of the frame, and then I'm going to pick out some of the gold letters to spell out the words good vibes, and then I'm going to go ahead and put them on my frame. So now it's time to go ahead and do the gold letters on the bottom of my frame now that all the stitching is done. And to do this, I just tried to find approximately where the middle was, and then I spelled out the words good vibes, and I just gently set these down so they were just like barely sticking on there, because I knew that that wasn't exactly how I wanted them. So once I got them all out, I used one of Dollar Tree's like vinyl weeding tools just to make sure they were straight and as even as possible. So after doing the stickers and once I was happy with their placement, the final step was to go ahead and put the contents of my frame back in, and I just did this using a picture I already had. And then this is how it looks when it's all done. I did go ahead and paint all the edges with white chalk paint just to make sure it will have a little bit more of like that finished look, and then I touched up the gold marker pen, and then this is how it looks when it's all done. I think it looks super cute sitting on my bookshelf. Alright guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe, it really helps me out. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!